will screw ups, my mess ups, because he's already prepared for what I might do. He knows what I'm going to do before I do it, and he already made preparation for me before I get there. What follows darkness is light. That darkness is the indicator that light is getting ready to shine. So there it is in Genesis, when darkness was upon the face of the deep, and God in the spirit form moved upon the face of the waters, and then God said, let there be. Because darkness precedes the light. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But he needs the darkness there so that God can move upon the face of the deep, so that the shift can take place. Let's look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that shift take place in the darkness. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. Everybody's not going to see the shift that's happening. They see the chaos, but they don't see the shift. They see all the craziness going on in your life, but they don't understand that underneath the darkness, God is moving in secret. He's moving in quiet. He's moving in the hidden places. He's moving in the cracks and the corners and the crevices. He's moving in places that you cannot see. And when the light comes, they're going to see a new order. Afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
Thank you for joining us. Please take a moment and like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. If you are finding value in these enrichment sessions, please consider supporting this page financially. Your donations allow us to continue to provide spiritual enlightenment, self-exploration, and kingdom knowledge. Also, consider becoming a partner because partnerships have its privilege. As a partner, you'll be able to attend our annual Partners Only Summer Summit, join us for our 6 a.m. virtual daily guided meditation sessions, weekly advanced empowerment sessions, regular prophetic insights and instructions, 30% discount on all Emerge books and merchandise, and a custom Emerge t-shirt. You'll also gain full access to the private Emerge Movement community page as well as group chats. Once again, thank you for watching.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Emerge Empowerment Session. I'm your host, Isaac J. Miles Sr., and I am ecstatic that you have decided to join me for this conscious conversation this morning. We're going to have a really rich and robust conversation that I know is going to encourage, inspire, and enlighten you and remind you as we are still focused on 2025 in focus. And today we're going to talk about your body temple, about being physically fit for what is coming and the era that we have stepped into and the things that we can expect, especially as we are operating in the energy of the number 9, which is a transformative number, releasing this transformative, transitional, elevating and accelerating energy throughout the global community. This spirit, this anointing, this power, this force, these resources that are available to each and every one of us to begin to create, cultivate, and to curate the very life that we desire. But the question today is, are you physically prepared for what it is that you're trying to manifest in your life? Many of you envision yourself being in a certain place, doing a certain thing, living at a certain standard. But the question I want you to really ponder this morning and to consider is your physical health. Because, ladies and gentlemen, even though we talk many times about abundance and money and increase and wealth, please understand that there are some things that money cannot buy. Ladies and gentlemen, money means nothing if you don't have your health. If you don't have, if you're not physically fit for what it is that you desire to manifest as your reality, then you won't really be able to enjoy all the spoils and all of the things that you desire to bring into your life. So I want to spend a little time having that conversation this morning. Now, before we get into the conversation in depth, I'm going to ask you to do a few things for me. One, I'm going to ask every one of you on every platform to share this live right now. Go ahead, do it now. It only takes about 30 seconds for you to be able to do that. Just hit the share button and send it out to all of your friends, your family, your cousin them, your mama them, your sister them, all of your family and friends, even your enemies. If you got any, send it out to them so that they can become a part of the conversation that we are having this morning. Number 2, I'm going to ask you to like this live broadcast. Those of you over here, I need you to start tapping that screen. Our goal again is to reach 10,000 likes every single time that we're on here. I need your help to get there. So if all of you that are on with me right now will start double tapping the screen, tap, 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 you will help me to reach those 10,000 likes. Those of you on the other platforms, I need your likes as well. When you like this live broadcast, you help to push us out. The algorithm begins to reach a broader audience, and we're able to reach more people. So please like the video, like it. Thank you. I see y'all over here. Yeah, double tap. Everybody that's in the room right now, I see you. Smooth. Thank you for coming. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Juan. I appreciate you. Hello, Mom. Hi, friend. It's so good. Mama T is in here. So good to see you. I'm glad that you are here. Thank you for your support. Hello, Jose. Thank you for joining us today, and David as well as all of you that are over here. Let me check the comments and see my people that if you're here, please go ahead and put your name in the comments so that I can shout you out as well. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Toya. Toya, you're doing the last thing that I want everybody to do, As always, I can always depend on you to do that. And that's for those of you on these platforms. Now, those of you over here, you won't be able to, but I want you to tag as many of your friends and family members as you can in this live broadcast. You can actually hit the ampersand, the at button key rather on your keyboard, and then just put highlight or followers or both, and it will send notification out to all of your followers and all of your friends on your friends list so that they will come over and be a part. And that way you don't have to just tag every one of these names if you don't want to. If you want to, that's perfectly fine. But go ahead and do that, and then they'll all be notified and they can come over and join the conversation as well. Thank you for the likes. You guys keep double tapping the screen. I really appreciate you over here. Make sure you follow everybody that's in here, and everybody follows everybody. Make sure you follow me, and I will follow you as soon as this live is over, so that we can engage and help each other to grow. So I appreciate your being here. So thank you for tagging all of you over here. Hello, Toya. Hello, Sharon. I see you. Hello, Carl. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you on here, man. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for tuning in and for being a part of the conversation this morning. I know there are a lot more of you because the numbers are high over here. So if you like a shout out, please put your name in the comments so that I can know that you are on here and I can shout you out as well. I appreciate your support. All right, so as we prepare, not prepare, as we have now entered 2025, and we're talking about 2025 in focus, and today we're focused on our body temple. As I was saying earlier, and this is, I'm drinking a white peach solstice tea this morning. It's really, really robust and rich. It's got a deep flavor to it. For those of you who don't know, I am a real tea aficionado. I love tea, herbal teas, not that artificial stuff. Okay. My iPad is almost dead. I don't know how that happened. I've been charging it. Something's going on with it. Okay. So anyway, so we want to talk about a holistic healing and diet and focus on our body temple. Now, those of you who are watching over here, you're not going to be able to see the display that I'm getting ready to put on the screen, but I'm going to use today a couple of texts that come from the Bible. Okay. And now there's several others in the Quran, as well as in the Bhagavad Gita and in the book of Tao and in a lot of the other sacred writings that are out there. But just for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to use a couple of Bible verses as a basis for our conversation this morning. That there's a unanimity between all of the sacred texts across all religions around this one particular subject. But these two are probably one that most people are familiar with, but misunderstand or misinterpret, or that there's no real attention paid to them. And I want to take a moment and unpack these two texts as we lead into our conversation about caring for the body temple. Hello, Lori. Hello, Montauk. Hello, all of you. Kathy, so good to see you in here, man. Hang in here with me, if you will. Dr. D, Dr. Dam, also Charles and L. Wriggle Spring. I hope I said that right. I probably just butchered your name, as well as Ruth and Christy Savage. I'm so glad that you are here. So let's take a look at these two particular texts as we prepare to unpack them and then go further in our conversation. The first one comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 and 20. What he begins, so you know the fact that he begins this particular verse of the text with the question, what? He is referring back to the earlier conversation. And in the earlier conversation, he's talking about sexual immorality and promiscuity and other things along that line. But he makes a very pointed statement, rather, in this particular text that has a much broader implication. He says, know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, or the Holy Spirit, or the temple of God, which is in you. Where is God? In you. We're not talking about some old man sitting in the sky with a beard and a scepter who sits high and looks low. We understand that God is a spirit of force and energy, a source of power, a presence that lives not only in us, but through us and as us, as well as all around us. It is all encompassing. It is omnipresent and omniscient, omnipotent and omniactive in its being, and it resides in us. And that each of us are a divine iteration or expression of God in three-dimensional form. And he says that your body, your human body, the word in the Greek that's used there is the word soma. It means your human flesh, your body. This three-dimensional form is the temple. Your body, listen to what he says, is the temple, the nahos. That's the word that's used in the Greek, the nahos. That is the dwelling place or the shrine. And when you think of a shrine, you think of a place of honor and reverence and respect, a place where you go to pay homage. He says your soma, your body, is the shrine, the temple, or the place where you give homage and honor of the Holy Spirit or the presence of God. Your body is where God resides. He says this spirit, this force, this energy is in you, which you have, and that you are not your own. Listen to what he says. For you are bought, that is purchased or redeemed, the word there, and sent out. The word bought there in the Greek literally means to be placed in the marketplace. Please understand. So he says that for you are placed in the marketplace, that is in this three-dimensional world that we call earth, with a price and a purpose. Therefore, he says, glorify, doxosia in the Greek. It means to honor, reverence, to respect, pay homage to, glorify God in your body. Pay honor, respect, and homage to God with how you handle and deal with your body. That your body, our physical form, is the dwelling place, the shrine, the temple where God resides in us, through us, and as us, and that we should pay homage, honor, reverence, and respect God by taking care of the body temple. So you see, there is spiritual significance to taking care of your body temple. Now, one of the things that religion does, especially Christianity, I can speak very emphatically about that because I grew up in the Christian church, is that, we maximize on what we call the big sins, and we don't really understand that word sin. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Especially fornication, or going to, you couldn't go to clubs, you can't go dance, you can't, all these kind of things. And it's just nonsensical stuff. But you don't see very many people talking about caring for your physical body. As a matter of fact, most of the spiritual leaders of these particular congregations are completely out of shape themselves. They stand there way overweight or obese. Y'all not going to talk back to me now. I was one of them as well. I did it for over 40 years. And for most of those 40 years, I was obese, out of weight, and I'd be up there preaching and out of breath. Come on. Had to pause and try and get a breath, or create an illustration within my sermon that allowed me to be able to sit down for a few moments so I could catch my breath. Y'all not talking back to me up in here. And yet you wailing away about, other people, getting involved in sexual promiscuity, or involved in, a particular lifestyle that the church didn't agree with. But all the while you're spewing all of this vitriol from a pulpit while you overweight and can barely breathe. Y'all not saying nothing up in here. Come on. You dying of high blood pressure and diabetes, and come on. Are you hearing me? And high cholesterol, and you are out of shape. Your heart is failing. Your kidneys are failing. You don't have a healthy diet. You don't have an exercise regimen. You're not taking care of yourself. You're constantly sick. You got a bunch of pills sitting right there in your office or at home in your medicine cabinet that you're popping every day just to try and survive, while you trying to tell everybody else holiness without which no man will see the Lord. But you don't consider taking care of your temple as a part of that holiness. But your body, listen to what he says, your body is the temple. It is the dwelling place. Your summa is the shrine, the nahas, the shrine, the place of honor, reverence, and respect, where the Spirit of God lives in us, through us, and as us. Therefore, he says, doxia, that is glorify, honor God, reverence, and respect God by showing that you are taking care of this temple. How many people who are shouting, dancing, spitting bubbles, and falling over chairs and getting slapped on the head with chicken grease and falling out and spitting and carrying on, and yet after all that dancing, you're going to go and sit down to a plate of unhealthy food with high fructose corn syrup, I'm not saying nothing, and high cholesterol, a lot of grease content, and just scarf it down, talking about, boy, church was good today, Pastor Show. Lord have mercy, give me another piece of that fried chicken. This is good here, man. Hey, Pastor Show did preach today. Killing your crazy self. Come on. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. And listen, it's not judgment, because I was one of them. Y'all know how they did with the preachers while everybody else had to stand in line and get their plate. Man, they made a whole buffet on the preacher table, and pastor could eat as much as he want, and did. And did. Yes, I did. Me and my kids could come and sit around the table, and my guests, and we would scarf down, man, plates of chicken, collard greens, ham hocks, and some, rice and gravy and all kinds of sweets and everything else like that. Now, the whole time I was 480 pounds and steady, just stuffing it down, eating even more, pork chops and sausage and, everything that you could think of. We did everything, was surrounded and centered around food. Food before church, food after church. You have a church service. Afterwards, you're going out to eat. Every revival, every conference, you got church mothers who want to bring you food. Here, Pastor, I made you a plate. And you didn't want to, you didn't want to hurt the feelings and anything else like that. So you sit there, and there you are, just steady. And sometimes you wouldn't get out of church until late at night. And so you're doing all this late night eating and just totally just scarfing it down and then going to sleep, because you get that itis. Some of y'all, most of my audience, y'all know what that itis is. I'm not going to say the other part of it, but y'all know what that itis is. You know what that itis is after you done sat there and scarfed down all that food and pork chops and chicken and collard greens and black-eyed peas. And come on, you ate all that stuff, and then and you just getting more and more unhealthy. Your immune system is compromised. Your physical health is compromised. Your blood pressure is just out of control. Your cholesterol, your A1C is just through the roof. And you are constantly, and then have the nerve, watch this, have the nerve after all of a sudden you develop heart disease, kidney disease, and liver disease, and all these things. Oh, Lord, I'm praying for a miracle. God, heal my body. I know you're able, Lord. I'm calling on you, oh God. You got to touch my body one more time. How you sound? You're asking God to heal what you created. Nah, don't you dare get mad and start tuning off now. Wait a minute, don't turn off the video. Don't you dare turn off the video. You sound absolutely insane. You sitting up there asking God to heal what you created. Heal me from this mess and this sickness and these diseases and ailments that I created in my own body because I was undisciplined, because I didn't care about my physical fitness, because I didn't take care or honor or reverence or respect the body temple. Heal me from these swollen feet and gout because I'm eating the wrong kinds of food and not taking care of myself and not doing the things that are necessary for me to be able to remain healthy. Oh, God, but I know you're able. Touch me, Lord, one more time. Heal my body. Yes, can't nobody do it like Jesus. Heal my body, told me to run on. You know, healing is the children's bread. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. In other words, fix what I messed up. Fix the mess that I messed up. And when you get through healing me, I'm going to go right back to the thing that created the problem in the first place. Trust me, if I make it out of this hospital, if I make it through this surgery, if I can make it and start to feel better through all of the different medications and numbness that the doctors are giving me in order to bring the pain level down, or I'm going to go right back to the thing that created the problem in the first place because I have no discipline. You don't hear nobody talk about gluttony. You hear them talk about fornication, adultery, and stealing and drinking, but they don't want to talk about that gluttony piece. Why? Because everybody's guilty. A lack of gluttony is a lack of discipline. It's not about what you eat. Gluttony is not about what you eat. Now, we're going to talk about what you eat. That's important. But gluttony is about a lack of discipline. Titus calls you a slow belly. There's some colorful language in that Bible. Slow belly. What kind of? But slow belly. In other words, you are ruled by your stomach. Your stomach has taken control of your life. Your urges, your desires, your lust for food, your yearning has taken control of your entire life. I know I was guilty. Guilty as charged. For the record, I was started at 480 pounds. I'm down to now 251 pounds. So I've lost over 200 pounds, and I'm not done yet. I'm trying to get down to 195. So I still got a little ways to go. Some of you who've been watching me on TikTok, you know that you've seen my progress videos that I've been putting up and the work that I've been putting in every single day to try and get down. But I'm telling you, I know from whence I speak because I was one of them. So no judgment to anybody. I was one. I did it. And food ruled my life. I had no discipline when it came to food. I could be disciplined. I could even fast. And here's the thing. People would say, well, I know you don't fast because look at how big you are. That's a lie. I could go on a fast for 7 days, sometimes 10 days, 21 days. I had the discipline to fast, but I didn't have the discipline to put them potato chips and those chocolate chip cookies down when I was angry, when I was depressed, when I was stressed, when I was upset, when I was happy, when I was celebrating. When there was something good happen, we always celebrated with food. I treat myself to something that made me feel good. So I go grab me some chocolate chips. People who know me know that was my biggest weakness. Lord, I couldn't even walk down the cookie aisle. Because if I walked down the cookie aisle in the grocery store, man, I wasn't even waiting to check out with my cookies. By the time I made it to the register, I was halfway through the bag. Because I love me some chocolate chips. Which brings me to the other text that I want to use as a basis for our conversation this morning. It's found in Romans. Here's one that you probably never, ever heard it put in this context before. I guarantee you most of you haven't. You've heard this text, but you've never seen it in this context before. But I'm going to dissect it, unpack it, do a short, brief exegesis of it so that we can see the totality of the reach of this particular text. Again, Paul, the apostle, is writing, and he writes in Romans. He says this, Romans chapter 6, verse 12. Let not sin, listen to this, therefore reign in your what? Mortal body. So your human form, your soma, your body temple. He says, let not sin therefore reign, watch this, in your mortal body, that you should obey it, that is the sin, in the lust, the yearnings, the longings thereof. Wait a minute. Let's unpack for a moment by just employing some of the original Greek words that are used in this particular text. First, before we even get to Greek or Hebrew, let's just deal with the word let. The verse begins with the word let. Let simply means to allow something. So when he uses the term let not sin, let not, he is saying don't allow. Well, that puts the onus on you and me. It's not something that, oh, God, you got to do this for me, Lord. If you don't fix it, it can't be. He says, no, I ain't fixing jack, Jiminy, nothing. You exercise some discipline and control. Don't allow this. Don't allow this. Watch what he says. Let not, here's the word that I want you to focus on, sin. Let not sin. The word there, the Greek word is hamartia. Hamartia literally means to err, to have a misjudgment, to miss the mark. Listen to what I'm saying. To misjudge, misunderstand, to commit an error. He says, don't allow what you have chosen and done as an error, that you recognize that you've made a decision and a choice that you misjudged. It is antithetical to your growth, your development, and your evolution. That he says, don't allow that hamartia, that is your missing the mark, that error in judgment, don't allow it to reign. The word reign in the Greek there is from the word basilia, from which we get the word kingdom as well. He says, don't allow it to be in control of your mortal body. He says, don't let one bad decision or bad choice or misjudgment or error to become a powerful, entrenched force, listen, not in your spirit, not in your soul, in your body, your soma. So he is not talking about those things that affect the soul or the spirit. He is talking about those things that affect your body. He says, don't allow a bad choice or decision that you've made to set up camp and become entrenched, thereby ruling in your human body, your soma, your three-dimensional form, that you should obey it. That is, you obey the bad choice. Now it's not just a choice. The choice has become a habit. Woo! Goodness. I said it has become a habit. It's become a behavior. It's become a mindset. And he says, don't let one bad choice, one error, one misjudgment now become entrenched to where it is a mindset, and you now have become the slave of the choice that you made. It was a choice. Now it feels like you have no choice. It's driving you rather than you driving it, that you should obey it. Listen to what it says, final part of the verse, that you should obey it in the lust thereof. That word epitomeia is the word lust, which means it is a yearning, a longing, an overwhelming desire for something. So he is saying, listen, you have to decide. This is on you, ladies and gentlemen, to not allow a one bad choice or decision to now become so entrenched within your mind that it begins to drive your decision making, and now you find yourself out of control. control. It has become a habit that is now driving you. You can't put down the cookies. You can't put down the chicken or the chips or the, y'all not hearing what I'm saying. You can't put down those things that taste so good. You are driven by your belly, driven by your epithelium. I said the word wrong. Epithomy. You are driven by your lust, your desire, your longing for that particular thing. Do you understand that in our country, especially, they allow these companies to infuse our food with certain chemicals that create an addiction within us? Yes, indeed. And so you really can't just eat just one of those Lay's potato chips. You really can't just eat one. You can't just eat one cookie. You can't just eat one honey bun, one blueberry muffin. Y'all not talking back to me. You can't just have one cheeseburger, one French fry. You can't just have one. Because now it has a chemical reaction has happened within your body that is driving an addiction, and you find yourself going back to it again and again. You're depressed and you're getting ice cream and cookies and whatever comfort food that makes you feel better, to anesthetize you to the pain that you're feeling, the depression that you're feeling, the sorrow or the sadness that you are feeling, or to celebrate the accomplishment that you've made, the achievement that you've experienced, the happiness that you're feeling. And so you try and celebrate that with food that is driving your decisions. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You're very intelligent, very smart, well educated, got degrees coming out the wazoo, but have no discipline when it comes to food. None whatsoever. And every year around about this time, you make another resolution and say, I'm going to the gym. I'm getting ready to get in shape, knowing good and well that you are not going to do. You've wasted more money on treadmills and other workout equipment and nice little cute workout outfits and gym memberships that you are never using because you haven't made a shift right here yet. It starts right up here. You are transformed, metamorphized, taken from one state of being to another by the renewing of your mind. Can I tell you that your food addiction is a mind thing? Can I tell you that I didn't start and maintain this journey of weight loss until I got my mind set? I had to deal with what was going on in my head, why I was so mentally addicted to this habit and this food addiction being driven by hunger. No, not by hunger. I'm sorry, by lust. Because how many of you know, and I know there's a lot of you that are on here that can agree with this, that when you are addicted, you eat when you're not even hungry. You weren't eating to get full. You weren't eating to live. You lived to eat. You would eat just because the food was there. You would eat just because you eat because you feel bad and you want to feel better. And the sensation and the feeling that you get when you put that piece of chicken in your mouth, when you have that French fry, when you get that ice cream, the sensation just made you feel so good. And so you would go ahead and eat even though you weren't hungry. And so now, instead of being led by your spirit, led by your intuitive knowing, led by the divine that is within you, you are led by your overwhelming lust, desire, and lust, desire, and yearning for food. Come on. I know I'm hitting a sore spot, but I'm trying to help us in 2025. I'm trying to get us to a place where we stop doing this. We stop killing ourselves by putting so many chemicals and so many other unhealthy foods into our body temple, our suma, this shrine, this dwelling place, the nehas, the shrine, the place of doxia, honor, glorification, respect, that is for the spirit that dwells within us. By killing it slowly, because we're constantly eating things that we don't need to eat and eating way too much of it. Are you hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth? Is it resonating with some of you? I know some of you can relate to it because you understand. Some of you who know me, you know my story. You know it, man. And it didn't help that I was a good cook. Still am a good cook, okay? That I was a really good cook. And so I love to cook, and I had a lot of children, so I cooked a lot of food, and I was used to feeding the army. But how about the whole time I was cooking, I was munching? Because, you know, you got to taste it to make sure it tastes good. Make sure it's seasoned right. You don't want to give folk food that's not seasoned right, right? Just a little bit of this, little bit, little piece of this right here, little piece of this right here. And I not only was building unhealthy habits for myself, but I was passing those unhealthy habits down to my children. Come on, y'all ain't talking back to me. You out of shape, your children out of shape. Now, thankfully, my children didn't get too far out there, but come on, some of you parents, you got 10, 12, 13-year-olds, 7-year-olds that are all over 100 and some odd pounds already. Huge, fat. They just plump. That's baby weight. No, that's unhealthy eating. That's a lack of exercise. That's not taking care of yourself. That's forming an unhealthy habit that's going to plague them for the rest of their life unless their mind shifts away from the stuff that you taught them. Come on. You warn your kids about using drugs. You warn them about smoking cigarettes. You warn them about hanging out with the wrong people, but you don't warn them about the unhealthy eating habits. Why? Because they get them from you. Boy, Lord have mercy. Ain't nobody gonna like me this morning. Come on, I'm trying to help us because they get those habits from you. You're the one been cooking the food and putting the plate in front of me. You're talking about, you better eat that food. That's starving children in Africa. I don't know if mamas say that anymore. That was what we grew up with in our generation. All the mamas would make you guilty about those starving children in Africa. Never knew there were children in Africa that were doing a hell of a lot better than we were. We were so poor. Oh, goodness. Okay. But you got to clean your plate. Oh, the clean your plate syndrome. Come on, y'all know about that one. I ain't the only one who grew up that way. You had to clean your plate. I got whippings because I wouldn't eat okra and I wouldn't eat squash. You gonna sit there till you eat it. You better eat it. God have mercy. And you couldn't waste food, so you had to clean your plate, even if you weren't hungry, even if you were full. If that food was on your plate, you got to clean your plate. And Lord knows if you went back for seconds, and in my house, I always went back for seconds. I had to compete with my brother in order to see who was going to eat the most and get the most food. And everybody was trying to vie for the food. And my little baby sister sitting there like, I'm going to eat her food I'm going to eat Serena's food if she don't eat all hers. Just ingraining and building these unhealthy eating habits in our lives. You warning your kids about, you better not get pregnant, but you don't tell them, you better not be overweight, you better not be unhealthy, you better exercise, you better not get high blood pressure, you better not get diabetes. Oh no, that's just running our family. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Use a lie. Of course, there's something you can do about it. Oh, high blood pressure. Your grandmama had high blood pressure. Your granddaddy, your mama, your daddy, your cousins, your uncle, your auntie, they all died of heart disease. You gonna die that probably as well. That liar. Come on. Hello? And so your parents reinforced these bad eating habits, especially in Black families, because we grew up eating a lot of unhealthy food because that's what was given to us by white folk. We took that slavery food and made it soul food. Y'all ain't gonna holler back at me, Lord. I'm finna make some folk mad at me now. Lord have mercy. Yes, we took the chicken foot and the cow foot and the pig feet and pigtails and chitlins, and y'all ain't gonna say nothing up in here. All the slave food, because they gave the slaves the scraps and turned it into soul food. And yeah, it made you feel good. That's why it was called soul food, because you cooked from the soul. It made your soul feel good. It gave you an emotional endorphinal rush, but it was killing us. And it's still killing us to this day. To this day. Love me some collard greens, but the truth of the matter is that we cook collard greens in the most unhealthy way. Collard greens are good for you, provided you cook them correctly. But when you, by the time you get through throwing that fat back and hog maws and come on. That's what add that flavor to it, baby. Come on, Derek. You know what I'm talking about. Derek's a cook. He know what I'm talking about. That add that flavor, but it's also killing you. So you took what was healthy and made it unhealthy so it would taste good. Come on. Yes, sir. Pig feet and sauce and hog head cheese and just that, man, that was a daily diet. All of these things that are killing us, especially in the Black community. We allowed that error in judgment, that bad choice to set up camp, entrench itself, and now it reigns in our mortal body. You can't say no to it. You can't say no to it. You can't. You just, No, it's not that you can't. You don't. I didn't. I used to convince myself. I had myself fully convinced that I couldn't say no to it. I couldn't. It was too hard. I couldn't. I wanted it too much. A few cookies not gonna hurt me, even though a few cookies for me was the whole bag. But it's not gonna hurt me. I was hungry. And so, I needed that whole pot of rice and a whole pot of greens and a whole pot. Not just a piece of chicken, the whole chicken. The gizzards and all of it. Cook it in that frying grease and that lard so that there could be extra cholesterol in it. Cholesterol made it taste good. The whole time, hardening my arteries, and the ultimate outcome of it was this right here. You can't see it that well, but open heart surgery. I had to almost die for me to wake up. Y'all ain't gonna holler back. Come on now. Open heart surgery for some chicken and some greens and some pork chops and some cookies. Y'all not gonna holler back. Hello? Come on, ain't nobody speaking in tongues, falling out and prophesying now. Okay? Oh, I hear what you're saying over here. She says, this is what? Keeping up with Angie. Using an air fryer is amazing. I don't fry anymore. It's amazing. But the air fryer is a trick because you're still frying. Especially when you got that skin on there. It's the skin that's the unhealthy part of it. It's a good gadget. It's a good tool to use if you use it correctly. Okay? If you use it correctly, but if you got to pull back that skin, cut it off of that chicken. If you're doing chicken or something else like that, and then it's the lean part of the chicken. Take something like the chicken breast. Okay, that's what's going to be healthier for you. I had to cut out red meat altogether because of my cholesterol. My cholesterol was so high, and I'm like, let me get rid of these cholesterol-ridden foods. All that red meat, all this beef that's high in cholesterol, pork that's high in cholesterol. Watch this, shrimp and crabs. Not my shrimp, Jesus. Yes, extremely high in cholesterol. You know that they're bottom feeders, right? You do know that. I like shrimps too. I love shrimp, but I had to let them go. I had to let them go because they're extremely high in cholesterol. And lobster, crabs, extremely high in cholesterol. Ooh. Are you hearing what I'm saying? We have to be more selective and careful. And so I became pescatarian. I haven't let go meat altogether. I don't think I want to be vegan or even vegetarian. So I do chicken and fish, sometimes turkey, but I'm very selective in how I prepare it. And making sure chicken is skinless. Removing all of the things that are unhealthy. And then, ladies and gentlemen, food selection. I spoke earlier in another video about trying to create a coalition and a co-op among friends that are here in the DC area, and everybody needs to do it in your area, where everybody starts learning how to grow fruits and vegetables. And then, this section, these people over here are going to grow these fruit, these are going to grow these vegetables, these are going to grow that. And then when harvest time comes around, everybody shares with each other so that we can get healthy food, because a lot of the stuff you buy in the grocery store is filled with pesticides or hybrid. Who ever heard of a seedless watermelon or a seedless grape? That's not normal. That's not natural. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Chicken's so big and so fat, it's bigger than your forearm. That's not normal. That's chemicals. Read the labels on some of these food products that they're selling you in the grocery store. Not just cereal, all of it. And it's labeled healthy and organic. Read the label and you'll see just how unorganic and unhealthy it is. You got words written on the labels, ingredients in these foods that you can't even pronounce. Sound like you speaking in tongues. Glucosinamocosandedeboshanda. In that can of beans. Y'all not hearing me? In that cereal, it's got lucosande que sende lobosa que kelelebrosenianda in it. You can't even pronounce the words because it's mostly chemicals. It's not really even classified as food. Anytime you can take a McDonald's cheeseburger and just leave it in the wrapping and stick it in a desk drawer for a year or 2 or 3 and then open it up and it hasn't even spoiled, that tells you it's not food. Take some of this stuff that they call cheese and just turn your stove on and stick the cheese in it and watch what happens. See if it melts or see if it turns into a whole nother. It's plastic. It is plastic. It's not even real cheese. Read the ingredients. It's not even cheese. Hello? Kimori, you found some seeded grapes? I know you had to be thrilled. I'd be thrilled, man. I'm telling you right now, it's hard for you to find seeded grapes, seeded watermelons, seeded in anything. They have just created these hybrids, lab-created fruits and vegetables that are completely unhealthy. And so now you are scarfing down food that drives you to addiction, that slowly poisons and kills you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And putting all of that in the Soma Basilia, in the temple of the Lord, the temple of God. Okay? The Soma Basilia Theos, the temple of the holy God. You're not honoring God, reverencing God. So you shouting and speaking in tongues, but you are slowly killing yourself. You shouting and falling out and prophesying, but you are slowly killing yourself, dishonoring the very presence of God within you because you won't take care of your body temple. You don't take enough time. And I know the United States especially makes it very hard for you to eat healthy because all of the unhealthy foods are cheap. And the stuff that is more healthy, they charge you. You ever been in a Whole Foods? They take your whole check. And that's a farce because many of the things in Whole Foods are not organic and they are not healthy, but they take your whole check. They make it very expensive. Have you noticed that on the dollar menu at most of these fast food places, you can get hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fish sandwich? You know, that ain't real fish, y'all. You do know that's not real fish. Okay, that's not real hamburger. That's not hamburger that you're eating. You think you're eating ham. You think you're eating beef. I said this in the other video. McDonald's alone sells over 4 billion hamburgers a day worldwide. 4 billion. There are not that many cows in the planet. So what do you think you're eating? It's certainly not beef. Come on, y'all. Okay. And so all of the stuff that it's poisonous, that is slowly killing us, that's what the FDA is for. The FDA is not, the Federal Food and Drug Administration is not designed to protect us. It is designed to make sure that the toxins in our food are at a level that they don't kill us immediately. But killing you over time, well, that's okay then. You can have this much toxicity, just not the amount that's going to kill them immediately. We don't want nobody just dying as soon as they get through eating. But if they die over a period of 20 and 30 years, if they are completely sick and disease-ridden, well, that's okay because that will feed Big Pharma and the medical industrial complex because then it will make more money because this country is driven by capitalism. Don't care nothing about the people, the country, the government don't care nothing about you. Stop thinking that I'm talking about Democrats or Republicans. They don't care nothing about you. They care about making money. This country is driven by money, capitalism. And so we can make more money by slowly poisoning you and you have to get sick and die and with all these terrible diseases, so be it. We'll build an industry around that, pharmaceutical and the medical field, so that we can make more money off your sickness and disease that we helped create. We sanctioned it by giving you all of these foods that we knew had certain levels of pesticides and poison in them and that they would kill you over a period of time and cause all kinds of sickness and disease. Why do you think that they're allowing lab meat and clone meat to now be sold in grocery stores? You do realize that, right? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? That didn't just start. That didn't start in 2000. That's been going on for decades now. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And we make sure that all of that's cheap. I said this in the last video that we did, the last live. I am an avid fisherman. Well, I was an avid fisherman. I don't really get to fish anymore. I don't really have the time. But I haven't made the time to do so. But I grew up going fishing and everything. I have caught every kind of fish there is. I have never caught a tilapia. Any of you ever caught a tilapia? I've caught swordfish, I've caught shark, I've caught brim, and y'all not hearing me? And mackerel. I've caught mullet fish and catfish and bass. I've never caught a tilapia. I never even heard of a tilapia until just a few decades ago when it was introduced into our food system. Created in a lab, now seeded into the waters, and they're catching them whole fish tilapias now. But that's not real fish. Why do you think it's so cheap and plentiful? You want real fish, you got to pay through the nose. You want tilapia? Oh, yeah, we'll let you have that for a couple of dollars a pound. You can go on, take it. Eat all the tilapia you want because we know
that eventually you're going to come and meet our partners over here in the medical field as well as in the pharmaceutical field, and they're going to make some more money off you. Not only them, but then the insurance company's going to make some money off of you, because you're going to have to pay them to be able to pay the doctor bills in order to be able to purchase your medication. So we're going to make some good money off you. So go ahead, eat your tilapia. Eat as much as you want. Make sure you fry it. Don't you dare bake it. We don't want you baking. We want you to fry it, so you can drive up your cholesterol even more, so you can harden your arteries, so that you can go ahead and slowly kill yourself, so we can get you hooked on these drugs for the rest of your life. And then we'll tell you that you got to take this drug forever, because that's the only way you're going to be able to maintain. Take this particular pill, take this particular drug, take this particular injection for the rest of your life, so that you're able to maintain and be healthy. If I'm healthy, why the heck am I doing this then? What violation did I just do? They said I violated over here on TikTok. I think that's Big Pharma saying, hey, you better get this guy off the air real quick. They just sent me a notification over here on TikTok talking about what I said was a violation. I guess because I'm talking about these places. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes? Man, not only do you need to be selective about your food, but ladies and gentlemen, we are some of the most lazy people in the world. There is a problem that statistically Americans are more obese than any other people in any other country, in any other place in the world. We suffer the most obesity because we lead the most sedentary life. When's the last time you exercised? No judgment, because when I started back to exercising, trying to get on this weight loss journey, if I walked to the end of my driveway and back, I was out of breath. The only exercise I got was walking to the refrigerator or walking into the kitchen to pick up my plate. And the little bit of exercise I got, from preaching on Sunday morning and doing a little bit of dance. Couldn't dance too long now. Y'all let y'all do all that shouting and jumping, the younger people, because I could only shout for a little while because I'd be out of breath. I'm tired. All of a sudden, the spirit stopped moving as soon as I can't breathe. Y'all ain't saying that. Come on now. And that was my only exercise. Some of you, your only exercise is jumping to conclusions. that was free. Don't cost you nothing. That was silly. Okay, but I'm serious. No exercise. Okay? But I started where I was, just trying to walk to the end of the block and back, to the end of the driveway and back. Walk for about 3 or 4 minutes and back. Walk and back and walk and back until I built up some endurance and started being able to go a little bit further and a little bit further and a little bit further. And now I can run 3 miles. Run. I hadn't ran in ages. Decades. Now I can run. I run 3 miles a day, walk another 3 miles. So 6 miles total every day. Do I like it? No. Do I love exercise? Absolutely not. There are some people who love it. It's therapeutic to them. It releases these endorphins and they get high and it makes them feel. I do it because it's necessary to care for my body temple, not because I enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. I get no joy, no pleasure out of lifting weights and running and walking and working out and doing cardio. And I get no joy out of it, but I do get good health. I do get stamina. I do get energy. Are you hearing me? I do get my body doing what it was designed to do, and that is starting to regenerate and heal itself. Did you know that your body is designed to heal itself? In one of my conversations with God, it shocked me. Yes, I talk to God and God talks to me. Yes. That's a whole nother conversation, but just listen. That was spoken to me is that your body, he says, I designed your body to last for centuries. The shortness of your lifespan is your choices. You destroy your bodies. It was designed to care for itself, to regenerate itself, to heal itself, and to be a container for the spirit to reside in for centuries. But it's your lifestyle choices that shorten that span. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. It wasn't no devil. It wasn't no spirit. It ain't no Hank or any other thing like that. They keep sending these notifications over here. They might cut me off over here on TikTok. So y'all go ahead and hit that like button right now, man. Help me get those likes up, and let's hurry up and get this done before they get ready to take me off the air, because they keep sending these notifications saying I violated something. I don't know what I'm violating except by telling the truth. Okay? Are you understanding what I'm saying? If we take care of the body will take care of us, and it will regenerate itself. It will heal itself. It has all of the natural mechanisms loaded and coded within our DNA in order to keep the body going and healthy and sustain it for centuries. You mentioned somebody living to 100, and we gasp like, oh my God, 100 years old. Ooh, Lord, 110, 115. Oh my Lord, mercy. They lived a long life. But you realize that we are supposed to be able to live for centuries, 300, 400, 500, 600 years, 800 years. If we took care of the temple, if we cared for it, if we could pull ourselves away from the things that poison it and then did the things necessary to keep it in good shape, like exercising, movement. You are not meant to be a couch potato. You were not designed to be sedentary. You were not designed to just sit around. Cars have made us extremely lazy. How many of you drive to the store that you could easily walk to in 20 minutes? Come on, holler guilty. Been there, done that, yes, Lord. Come on, you may as well. Holler guilty. You drive to a store that's just 20 minutes away if you walked it. But if you drive, you can get there in 3 minutes. So you're like, I'm going to just drive there, run there, and run back. No, you're not running anywhere. If you ran there and ran back, it would be good for you. You drive there. Hello? And so now, that's why we have so much traffic, because everybody wants the convenience of having the car. That's a whole nother industry right there, because now you're talking about climate change and us destroying the ozone and all that. But that's a whole nother conversation. And so like here where I live in the DMV, there is always traffic. Always. I'm talking about in every neighborhood, in every crack and corner and crevice of the DMV. Do you hear what I'm saying? How many of you go to a shopping center and you will park in one place and go in a store that's right near there, and you fighting to make sure you get the closest parking space because you don't want to have to walk the longer distance from a parking space down here to the store, which the walk would do you good. You are fighting and waiting in line for somebody to pull out so you can get as close to the building to cut down on the amount of walking that you have to do. Come on, I know what I'm talking about because it was me. I did it. I ain't parking way up there, man. I'll stand here and wait. I'll circle around until somebody, oh Lord, let somebody move out of the way so I can get a close parking space. Divine parking, Lord. Anything to avoid having to get some exercise in. Y'all ain't gonna hear me? And so then you get out the car, which is right next to the place where you want to go in, walk in there, purchase that. You're going to another place in the same shopping center. Instead of walking to the store, you move your car and drive down to the next place and look for a parking space there because you don't want to have to walk. Don't nobody want to holler back at me. Come on. You don't want to put in the exercise. You don't want to do the work. You don't, come on. We are lazy. And so we are obese and unhealthy, and we are slowly killing ourselves. And I am telling you that one of our main focuses for 2025 and beyond has got to be about holistic healing and the restoration of our spiritual health by beginning to honor this body temple, this shrine of the Holy Spirit. Doing what's necessary to take care of your body. Are you hearing me? Yes, I'm overtime. I know I'm overtime by like 11 minutes. So I'm getting ready to quit. To start taking care of your body. My encouragement to each of you that are watching me right now across all platforms is to not make a resolution, but make a decision. Make a lifestyle change. Shift your mindset. Get therapy if you need to figure out why you are driven by your lust and desires for different foods and why you're so lazy. What's caused you to develop this mindset? And make a choice, make a decision that I am going to start honoring God by taking care of my temple. I honor God, thereby honoring myself, because I am the divine reflection, the iteration, the expression of God in three-dimensional form. I have made a decision that going forward, I will honor God in this temple, and let not hamartia, these bad choices and decisions and errors and missing the mark, reign, basilia, that is, have control in my mortal body, driving me by its lusts, its yearnings, its longings. I will eat to live and not live to eat. I will exercise and move my body, because a body in motion and movement remains healthy. I'm going to get out in nature and enjoy and connect with the earth, the wind, the water. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The sun, the fire, so that I can experience all that nature is providing for my physical health. You do realize that all of nature was designed to help us to be healthy. Everything in nature, from the earth and the trees to the sun and the water, all of it is designed to nurture us, to help us. And yet we do everything possible to stay out of nature. That's why the video games are so prevalent. Kids don't even play outside anymore. Oh, Lord, don't get me started there. Come on, when we were kids, man, our mama had to either inside or outside. They were fussing about us running in and out the house because we were outside. Kids don't even play outside anymore. They spend all their hours in their room playing video games, watching YouTube or on social media. Come on. Come on. I raise kids. I got a teenager in the house with me right now. She spends more time in that room on videos, watching YouTube videos and on social media than don't even know what it means. Don't even want to walk down the hill to go to school. This thing, I promise to God. Yes, Keturah, I'm talking about you. Okay. School right around the corner. Just got to walk down the hill around the corner. There it is. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So it's important, ladies and gentlemen, that we start caring for our physical body. I need y'all to hurry up and hit these likes over here so that we can get a little closer to our goal this morning. Everybody that's still on here, double tap the screen real quick as we get ready to close and get ready to go off the air. I need everybody that's over here to do the same thing. Make sure that you're liking, that you're sharing. I'm going to leave this video up so you're able to come back and watch it again. We're getting ready to close. I know that the words that were spoken here today triggered many of you. I hope that it triggered you in a way that will cause you to begin to shift and change, to do the necessary work to shift your mindset and then change your behavior. If you don't change your mind, you'll never change your behavior. If you try and change the behavior before you change your mind, it'll just be a Band-Aid. It'll be like mowing the grass, because as soon as it rains, that is, difficulty comes and challenges come, then it's going to water those old roots that are going to cause the weeds to grow right back up again. So you got to start here. You got to shift your mindset, find out the why to the what, and shift your mindset, then shift your behavior. Make your determination that I am going to begin to eat healthy, and I'm going to begin to act in healthy ways that exercises my body and causes it to be able to be healthy and growthful and evolve. To make that change, and then to begin to not only do it with your mind and with your decisions and your choices, but then also with your words and your actions. Do the things that are necessary to be healthy. Speak in healthy ways about your body. Start doing some mirror work. I didn't get a chance to get into that this morning. I wanted to talk about mirror work and helping you to become more comfortable with your body, standing naked in front of a mirror and affirming yourself. It helps your mental and emotional state, but your physical state, because what comes out of your mouth causes your body to align with the words and the energy that you're projecting. That's a whole nother conversation that I really wanted to get in today, but I ran out of time. I want you to start taking better care of yourself. I've decided that I'm not, I haven't gotten to the mental space where I can try and reach 200, 300, but I have decided I'm going to live at least to 130 years old. At least 130. The oldest person in my lineage lived to be 113 years old. Henderson Dunn, right there in Cordele, Georgia. Cordele, right up the road from Fitzgerald. I've decided that I'm not only going to break his record, I am going to shatter that record and begin to set a new bar for my family lineage. I'm going to live at least to 130 years old. And I am doing everything possible to make that a reality. You can too. You were blessed and encouraged and enlightened and informed by this conversation. I want you to please consider supporting this platform in a monetary way. If you'd like to give a gift, or those of you who are over here, you can do so by using what I have written there in the description. My CashApp is there. Give whatever gift and whatever amount that you so desire. I appreciate your support. Or if you can't give anything, or you don't want to give anything, that's fine. But give me the gift of your conversation. Talk to your friends and family and invite them to participate in our next empowerment session, and support and engage. Follow me, I'll follow you. Engage with me, I'll engage with you. Let's help build each other up. For those of you over here, I'm putting on screen right now the ways that you're able to give. I would appreciate whatever gift that you are giving today. You can use our CashApp, Zelle, PayPal, or Venmo. Go ahead and sow your seed today. Give your gift, your offering today. Make whatever sacrifices you're going to. Those of you who are partners, I appreciate your support. I appreciate your bringing your tithe to the storehouse. I appreciate your following the financial fitness plan. Thank you so much for your support and your help along the way. Continue to pray for us as we are continuing to try and bring some positivity and enlightenment and love to the planet. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate your love and support. Thank you for being here. I will see you again on next Sunday. Actually, you'll probably see me before Sunday, because I got a lot of information I want to get out before the end of January. So I'm going to be coming on periodically, probably during the week as well. So just hit the make sure you click the notification button so you'll know when we're coming live, and you won't miss any of these empowerment sessions. So I'll see you real soon. Until then, have an absolutely stupendous day.
Some of you are even afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
You've been listening to Apostle Isaac Miles, the disruptive innovator, a mentor, an author, a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, and the founder and spiritual director at emergelec Life Enrichment Center. Please take a minute to subscribe, like, and share this page. If you'd like to become a partner, you can do so by emailing us at emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Again, that's emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for watching.